Hi everyone! This video is going to review exigence, purpose, and argument. These are some essential characteristics of the rhetorical situation, but they can be easily confused. By looking over some definitions and examples, we can help make these concepts more distinct. I want to begin with a reminder about rhetoric. Rhetoric is more than communication. Rhetoric is intended to influence thought or action. It is persuasive and intentional. Remember some of the definitions of rhetoric from Aristotle, Bitzer, and Lunsford. Rhetoric is much more complex and crafted than just talking. Keep this persuasive outcome and intention in mind, as it will help us understand exigence, purpose, and argument. First, we have exigence. A rhetorical situation has audience, argument, and author, but these three could describe almost any situation with communication. To make something rhetorical, we need some sort of exigence to narrow down the option or situation. Exigence is thus associated with the following ideas: a need for conversation or message, an investment in an idea or moment, the motivation or pressure to respond to a situation, the inspiration, demand, or reason to act. Sometimes it's associated with a should statement. In these ways, exigence is the sensitive situation or context and factors that makes rhetoric a requirement for the moment, not just an option. Here are some examples of exigence from various scenarios. We have a president giving a speech about student loans. The need, inspiration, pressure, or reason to respond is that student loans is a hot topic right now. It's relevant to discuss. We have a commercial for the latest iPhone. The need is that this product is most up-to-date and relevant to discuss. It wouldn't make sense to discuss an earlier version. Then we have a YouTuber who publishes an apology video. The investment or motivation, the pressure is that their bad behavior warrants an immediate response. Here are some examples with some less obvious exigence. We have asking the teacher a question in class. Because the content is being covered now, it's time sensitive. There's a demand in the moment rather than for waiting. We have a music video. If the music video discusses a political issue or covers a personal event like a breakup, then there is exigence. Another reason might be the musician is very popular and in demand. There's something about that musician that necessitates they make more music or make music about a certain topic. If you have these elements, then you can justify that the music video is rhetorical, not just literary. Lastly, we have sending a friend a meme. This becomes rhetorical. It has exigence if you haven't talked to your friend in a while and want to initiate or provide some initiative to discuss something with them. Or it's also rhetorical if the conversation is uncomfortable. Then you have a need or motivation to change the topic. How is this different from purpose? Exigence created the mood, context, or situation for rhetoric, but purpose is the goal or intended result of that rhetorical situation. Example of purpose includes to inform, to entertain, to argue, to persuade, to question, to encourage, to motivate, or to advise. Here are those same examples or scenarios as before, but with our possible purposes. So we have the president giving a speech about student loans. The exigence was that student loans is relevant. The purpose of this speech might be to inform or persuade a certain group. We have the commercial for the latest iPhone because it's new, it's up to date, which necessitates the discussion of it. The purpose might be to sell the phone or to illustrate its new properties. With the YouTuber publishing an apology video, the exigence was their bad behavior warrants a response, and the purpose of the video might be to justify their actions, or maybe to ask for forgiveness. Here are the tricky ones. Asking a teacher a question. The purpose is probably to request help or to seek help to get that attention and resolve some sort of conflict. For the music video, if it's about the breakup or a social moment, the purpose is to explain or to advocate. Not just like entertain, but to actually make an argument, a certain idea. Sending a friend a meme, The intent or purpose might be to connect and relate to your peer or to relieve some sort of discomfort or social taboo. That leaves argument or message as the final element to discuss. We have exigence as the factor that creates the need for rhetoric, purpose as the result or intended result. This makes message what accomplishes that purpose. Argument or message is what the author actually wants the audience to learn, believe, or do. We're going to check out these same examples again. So we have the president giving a speech about student loans. It's a relevant topic. The president wants to inform or to persuade. In order to achieve that, the message they have to convey is, we need to cancel student loans. That's the belief that the president wants or could be the belief the president wants a certain group to understand or believe after the speech. For the commercial about the iPhone, if the intent is to sell, the message they're trying to say is, this iPhone is the best iPhone. It's better than all the others. Buying this phone is a good choice. Lastly, we have the YouTuber publishing an apology video. The message they might send to the audience is, they have made a mistake and they are truly sorry. Again, these are all statements or actions that accomplish the purpose. Let's recap these three with some general tips. For exigence, it usually describes the situation. It describes some sort of factor or need or element that makes it rhetorical. Purpose is usually described with a to plus a verb. It focuses on what the authors want to accomplish. So again, to inform, to encourage, to advise, to advocate. Then argument message is usually a statement of belief or opinion, or a statement of the intended action. Why is this so important? Why are we spending time separating these concepts and making them distinct? This is because the author uses appeals to accomplish their purpose. Purpose then inherently requires a message to be exchanged. If you don't identify a purpose or the argument, you have very unguided analysis. I see this when students analyze a movie trailer. They focus more on the plot than the trailer's intent to market the movie. Or if you analyze the movie's monologue, are you focusing on the characters' rhetoric when they interact with each other? Are you focusing on the rhetoric that's used on the audience as they watch the movie? You need to define this purpose in this message or argument so the reader can follow along with you. Then, if you don't identify exigence, you can't prove this situation is truly rhetorical. And this can lead to incorrect analysis. This occurs a lot when people analyze songs or music videos. They can find appeals as literary devices that help make the video entertaining, personally or aesthetically pleasing. But just because they're literary elements doesn't mean it has a rhetorical importance or message. I hope this helps clarify how these components differ and how they are necessary. If you have any questions, please let me know.